Today's intro is a little bit different than normal. Instead of shouting out the Patreon, I'm going to give a warning to audio listeners. So this is our fourth attempt at recording a car podcast, and every single time the main source of audio glitches out. Thankfully, the GoPro audio is a good backup, but it is a little annoying. There's background noise as we're driving, just, the noise of the car and the noise of other cars around us. It's becoming really frustrating that we can't record any good audio on these car podcasts. However, hopefully, sometime in the future, our audio won't glitch out and we won't have to use the GoPro audio. Regardless, I hope you enjoy, and apologies once again. So we're trying something different today, if you can't tell. Actually, you would not know it's different if you don't support the Patreon. So we've done car podcasts before on the Patreon. However, we've never really gotten the audio great. So we're trying something different where we have a lapel mic set up here attached to the center console that is lifted and adjacent. The center console's name is Jason. And
I didn't approve that name change.
We have attached the lapel mic to it. And the reason we're only using one lapel mic instead of two lapel mics attached to each other, because you would think to yourself, any normal person would be like, why don't they just both wear separate mics? We tried that and it glitched out. And because these are $5 lapel mics, they were picking each other up. So Zach's mic was picking me up when I talked, as well as my mic picking me up when I talked, and it just made everything a hassle. There was a lot of audio errors and glitches. So we're trying this today. And if this doesn't work, we'll try attempt number 5 at recording good audio. The good thing at least is if this doesn't work, if this lapel mic doesn't work, the GoPro audio is good enough. In all of the previous car podcasts where the audio messed up on Patreon, if you want to support us and watch those, patreon.com/RaceWarsPodcast. But, selfish plug. But in all the previous car podcasts, why are you in the center of the road?
This road is so narrow.
That's true. In all previous car podcasts, the GoPro audio was a good backup when the regular audio glitched out. But we're hoping to have the primary source of audio work for once and not have to use the GoPro audio, which is good enough. It just has a little bit of background noise with the wind passing in the car and stuff. Regardless, are we excited, Zach?
Never.
We're going to Hershey Park, an amusement park in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Who would have guessed? It's the sweetest place on earth.
I need you to stop.
That's their catchphrase, Zach.
They don't need to say it every time. They don't even say it that much.
That's true. I don't know.
They say it once when you enter the park.
I love Hershey Park. It is, in my opinion, the best theme park in America. The only theme parks that are maybe better are the Busch Gardens. I haven't been there yet. It's not the best amusement park. They don't have the best roller coasters in the world, but I'm saying theming, given it's candy and chocolate themed, that theming is done very well. They have a lot of really cool restaurants and just candy shops that are awesome. I brought money, but I'm trying not to spend any of it today, which is why we both ate huge breakfasts, so we don't have to buy their overly expensive food.
Huge breakfast, and then on top of that, drank a meal replacement shake.
Yeah, we both ate huge breakfasts and drank meal replacement shakes afterwards. But yeah, that's the goal, is to eat a big breakfast, not eat there, and then eat something on the way back or eat dinner when we get back to the apartment. I don't know, their food is just very expensive. They also have really expensive fudge, but that's good. It's worth it. And like I said, I brought a little bit of money just in case, I have my stomach flip a switch and get really hungry out of nowhere, or if we take a really silly picture on the roller coaster and I want it.
Oh my god.
We can save that memory forever.
When I was a kid, I vaguely remember them starting to stop you from taking pictures of the pictures.
Yeah.
They didn't always stop you from taking pictures of the pictures. And I had the shittiest flip phone that you ever could have. Worst camera known to man on it. And I tried to take a picture with it, and the guy's like, you can't take pictures. I'm like, so all these people out here with their smartphones, and you're gonna single me out?
Yeah. Dude, I remember, by the way, can we just talk about how Zach is such a good friend? And I'm not saying this to bit, I'm not saying this as sarcasm. Last time Zach and I went to Hershey together, the guy at the coaster picture stand gypped me. So I bought a little keychain of our picture on a roller coaster, and that's $9. And I only had a 20 on me that day at the park. I hand him the 20, he hands me the thing, and he's like, all right, thank you, have a nice day. And because he said that, I walk away. and I realized he never gave me my $11 in change, which was the rest of the money I had for that day, and that meant I had no money for food. And, you know, this is back when we were willing to spend money on food.
Yeah.
Now we're much more poor.
Well, we were also there with our school, and we couldn't leave to get food.
Yeah, that's true. We were there.
And we also couldn't eat a big breakfast. They were like, hey guys, show up to school at 6 a.m. and then we'll do a couple classes and then go to Hershey Park.
Yeah, so, long story short, didn't have money for food, and Zach bought me lunch that day. It was very nice of him. He's a good friend. Zach's a good guy. He doesn't like to admit it, because it breaks down his entire online persona.
This is true.
But Zach's a good guy. But God, I'm not letting that happen again. That pissed me off so much because he was like so polite about it too. He's like, all right, thank you, have a nice day, and handed me the keychain. And just because he like ended the conversation so politely, I was like, all right, going on my way. And then like a whole 20 minutes later.
What's wild that like he also didn't try to like get your attention about it either.
Well, yeah.
Because generally there's like a keep the change whatever thing. But I feel like you would have to say that for it to be like...
No, I don't think he kept the money because he thought he should keep the change. I think he just either gypped me or forgot to give me my change. And like I said, he didn't like remember as we're walking away and stop us from walking away. Like the only reason I knew is because like 20 minutes later I realized I didn't have any money for food when we were going to get food.
Yeah.
And it's like...
I kind of feel bad because almost every time I've gone to Hershey Park, I've forgotten where the one stand I want like to get food at is.
Where do you like getting food there?
I like to, I don't even know what it's called.
You don't know what it's called?
I don't know what it's called, I just know what they serve. They serve deep fried Oreos and Reese's Cups and chocolate bars.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. So I always like to stop by there and fat myself up before I get actual food.
Fair, fair.
But I straight up, like, one time I told like the crew I was with about it, and we kept our eyes like open for it the entire day and couldn't find it. And this is like when I went with my youth group. And we basically, it was me, one of the youth pastors, his girlfriend at the time, now his wife. I think, where am I going? I'm going right, left. Wait, what the fuck is this?
Where are you going?
I'm going straight.
Okay.
Look at this. Look at this curve. You can't see it because it's on the left, so it doesn't obstruct that, but...
Yeah. How strange.
I mean, you would also have seen it when we actually...
That Karen in the blue Subaru probably got really confused because you changed lanes twice in 2 seconds, but also, she's cheating on her husband, so...
Easily.
She has no room to judge.
No, but it was like me, like 2 other kids, and then the youth pastor and his now wife. And we straight up, I did not think they would be like willing to look for it, but we straight up spent like the last like hour and a half of the day just searching for this place because we all wanted to go there so bad. Like I pitched it to them in the beginning of the day, and they're like, if we find it, we'll go. And then at the end of the day, it was like, we gotta find it so we can go.
See, I'm excited to actually go to an amusement park with you, Zach, because the 2 times we went through our high school, you were in my group, but like I wasn't with you, because like...
I was in your group, but your group consisted of people you were more friends with at the time.
Yeah, like the other people in our like group, I was closer friends with back then, so I was hanging out with them more, or at least paying them more attention. And I'm sorry I couldn't give you the time of day, but today you got all my attention, baby. I'll have my eyes locked on you. I'm not
very
even gonna
passive
scream.
about my. I'm not even gonna scream.
Every time we go on a roller coaster,
stare at me.
Every time we go on a roller coaster, I'm not gonna scream, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna be staring intently into your eyes, your baby blue eyes. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I feel like I'm like a good like friend to take to an amusement park because I don't really have my own agenda for the most part. Like I have like maybe one thing I want to do, and then everything else is like whatever you want.
That's fair. And I appreciate that because, like, my plan today was to maybe get some
B-roll. We're supposed to give cyclists 4 feet of space.
My plan today was to maybe get some B-roll for the video we're recording the next time we go. So this time we're just going for fun. But the next time we're going to Hershey Park, we're recording a video, and that video is riding the same roller coaster over and over and over again, and seeing how many times we can ride the same roller coaster in one day, hoping for like at least 20 rides. However, today I would like to get some B-roll footage of like off-ride stuff. So like, you know, from the sidewalks and pathways, like recording the roller coaster flying by for that video. Otherwise, I have no plans either. I'm kind of sad because this is their like 14th or 15th coaster at the park, but 2 of them are closed down, and one of the 2 that's closed down is one of my favorites. So like, I feel like we don't have a lot of options today.
Which ones are closed down?
Storm Runner and Super Duper Looper.
Oh, Super Duper Looper?
Yeah.
No, that's my first roller coaster.
Your first ever roller coaster?
That's my first ever roller coaster.
My first ever roller coaster was the Kingdom Coaster at Dutch Wonderland.
Damn.
Which is the most kiddie park. It is the most kiddie amusement park in like the entire East Coast. And you can probably tell because it's called Dutch Wonderland.
Bro.
It's in the heart of Amish country too.
Yep.
I'm convinced it's the only like amusement park Amish people are religiously allowed to attend without it being a sin.
Without being a sin.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
I think it's fucking wild because I had like memories of Dutch Wonderland, and this is like dating back to when I was like 10 years old, having these memories of when I was like 4 years old. But I strictly remember a very real looking dragon peering over me as we came out of a cave on a boat.
Yeah, that's one of the rides.
And I fucking, nah, driving by it, that's the ride that's like front and center, that's like, this is the epitome of Dutch Wonderland, this is what you see when you pass Dutch Wonderland. And it's the most cartoony looking shit.
But 10-year-old Zach?
No, 4-year-old Zach. 10-year-old Zach remembered it and then realized at like 11 or 12 that that was bullshit. But like 4-year-old Zach was like, yo, that's a real dragon.
You thought it was a real dragon?
Yeah.
That's fair, that's fair. You were 4 years old.
At a point in my life, I had believed that it was a real dragon, and not like, oh, that's what dragons look like. Like, oh, that looks like Smaug.
Yeah. I also want to apologize. This is like changing the topic a little bit, but it's important. I want to apologize because this episode is coming out real late. So when we first started this podcast, our schedule was uploading on Thursday, and it kind of disintegrated. We still upload once a week, but the upload is either Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Now today's
Sunday, and I don't even know if I'm going to have it edited tonight because I'm walking around at an amusement park all day. I'm going to be tired by the time we get home. So it might not go up until Monday. I apologize. If this episode goes up Monday, it's still counting as last week's episode, and we will still put up another episode next week. So you'll technically see 2 episodes in one, calendar week. But the only reason we pushed it off so far is because we wanted to do a car podcast, because we kept promising a car. We've been promising a car podcast since episode 1 and haven't done one yet. Yeah. So this is the best opportunity, was driving to an amusement park almost an hour away. It's one of the few places we'll ever be driving an hour, a podcast length. So we figured why not record it. We would have recorded another one on the way home, but it'll be too dark. Yep. You won't really be able to see our faces. I mean, I guess we could always record the road, but that's probably less exciting. Maybe the audio well, no, never mind. Maybe the audio listeners would find it cool.
Do we have audio listeners?
We do have some audio listeners. It's crazy.
Totally we have audio listeners.
We have audio listeners on a platform I didn't even realize we were uploading to.
Whoa.
So, like, because we're on Anchor, Anchor is kind of a... I can't really think of a good word. It's like a distributing platform. So if we upload our podcast to Anchor, which we do, Anchor will then distribute it to some other platforms. However, most of those other platforms you have to at least sign up for. It was a 4-way stop.
Was it? I'm pretty sure. No, it wasn't.
Oh, was it?
That just isn't a good like stop sign setup.
Yeah. Well, also that guy did stop and then like kept going, which made me think it was a 4-way stop.
Wait, where the fuck are we? Okay. Going right, left, right? I don't know where we are.
You're the one with the GPS, man. I can't really see it.
Listen, I'm not looking at it enough.
You should probably look at the GPS more. Maybe.
I'm trying to make eye contact with the camera and keep my eyes on the road and check the mirrors.
Well, you don't have to keep eye contact with the camera. Don't do that at all. Keep your eyes on the road, please. I'm not even looking at the camera. Why would you have to look at the camera?
It's more like me checking the camera for the time.
Fair. Well, what I was saying was, Anchor distributes our podcast to other...
Dome?
That is a laser dome, yeah.
Oh, really?
I think so. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think
Doesn't
so.
matter.
I wish it was.
Let me just tell the story.
Never.
You keep interrupting me with different topics and almost hitting people. I'm trying to tell a story here, right?
Is this? No. I'm done.
okay, Zach.
Alright, well, we just added 17 minutes to our time. Because apparently that was the proper turn. Even though it looked like a one-way fucking thing.
You might be able to just pull in here and turn around and go in that way. And that will cut out the 7 minutes.
17
minutes. That's alright, Zach. You know, sometimes in life you miss a turn. You gotta do a U-turn and pull into an abandoned church parking lot. This is an abandoned church, right? That's what it looks like.
I don't think it's a church at all.
What else would that be if not a church?
Fancy house?
That's not a fancy
It's not.
house.
It doesn't seem church-like to me. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's like a banquet hall, but that's definitely a church. There are no windows on that building, Zach. That's not a house. If that is a house, whoever lived there went insane. And why would they have a parking lot for like 30 cars?
Well, maybe they like cars.
That's a church or like banquet hall, for sure.
Yo, what the fuck? Now it's trying to force me on this route.
Oh my god. But I don't remember what I was saying, man. We got so confused because we got turned around. Oh yeah, so we're distributing our podcast to many platforms. However, almost all of those platforms we're distributing on, I had to sign up for and like make us an account on. But there's this one platform, and I don't remember the name of it because I never signed up for it. But somehow we're on it, and that's where like a third or fourth. It was like the third or fourth most popular platform for our audio listeners. And I'm
Nice.
so confused. Regardless, we love the audio listeners. Shout out to some audio listeners. We appreciate you. Even if you like watch this on YouTube but don't watch the video, just have it on the background. You're an audio listener in my heart, and I love you too. And now if you're a video listener, you can get it. But I'm kidding. If you're over the age of 18, you can get it. But yeah, I don't know. It took us long enough to get on a highway.
Yeah.
That took us a surprisingly long time.
Yep. Damn, the speed limit on this road is 65?
Yeah.
No wonder I'm going 73.
Do you ever do you use the highway to get to work, or are you primarily on back roads?
I try to avoid the highway for work.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't know. Since we got on the highway and are driving faster, the audio has gotten much worse on this at
So
least.
apologies.
No, it's fine. We weren't going to take back roads to Hershey Park. That would have taken like 2 hours.
I mean, that's why plus 17 minutes for missing the exit to the highway.
Yeah. But hopefully, if this audio is bad, hopefully the GoPro audio isn't bad. One can hope, at least.
Fingers crossed.
I'm just excited, man. I haven't been to Hershey in like a year.
It's been a minute.
And I love Hershey Park. It's our home amusement park. It's our home park.
I mean, technically Dutch Wonderland is closer, but fuck
Okay,
Dutch Wonderland.
technically Dutch Wonderland is...
I was asking about Gorney and Knoebels, because those are the only two that are
Yeah.
within range of us. As well.
So, Dutch Wonderland is technically our home park, but that's a kiddie park. I don't count it.
right.
Like, it'd be like saying Sesame Street in Philly is our home park. It's not. Hershey Park's closer. But the one at the Sesame Street in Philly has, like, kiddie rides.
yeah.
So, like, if we lived in Philly, technically that would be our home park. It's not. I don't count kiddie parks. Hershey Park is our home park. Dorney Park is, like, a little bit farther away. Knoebels is a hike, bro.
Really?
Knoebels is far away. It's a great park, but it's far away.
Okay.
It's hella fun.
I just have vague memories of being at Knoebels as a kid.
Knoebels is great.
One of them, they had like a little play thing where they would tell a story, and like it seemed like improvised or whatever to the kids, but fucking like they picked a main character kid, and they picked it by the things on the inside of the shield that they gave you as a prop.
Okay.
The one with cheetah print was the main character.
Were you Cheetah Print Boy?
I was not cheetah print boy.
I was hoping for more out of that story.
There's like it's like a story about a bunch of knights, and then they're all little bitches who can't climb stairs, except for the bravest knight who's brave enough to climb stairs, I guess.
Nice.
And that was always the one with cheetah print. I guarantee it.
Well, I never really partook in those, like, little, I guess, performances and like shows that amusement parks have, because I always found them weird and creepy. Even as a kid, I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this. Knights aren't real. What are they doing?
They never existed.
But I don't know. I mean, I just think what I love about Knoebels as an amusement park is it's one of the few amusement parks left in the country that is free to get into, and then you either have to pay individually for each ride, or you buy a wristband that gets you on every ride the entire day. Kind of like how fairs operate.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool. Like, it's such a chill amusement park. Nowadays, concerning a little bit that it's like free to get into, and there isn't like security or anything. There isn't like an entrance gate that everyone has to enter and exit through. Like, you can enter the park from all around. Like, it's just an open park. You can enter from any side of the park. So that's a little concerning on security. But me and my girlfriend were looking at amusement park accidents last week, just like for fun, and honestly to scare myself.
For fun.
To scare myself a week before I go to
Yeah, we
amusement
were
park.
looking at like people who like lost arms and shit to being run over by a roller coaster for fun.
And Knoebels has not had any deaths outside the water park, which like every amusement park has deaths in the water park. Kids drown. Kids are dumb, I guess. I don't know. I'm kidding. That's messed up. That's a little messed up. But funnily enough, Hershey Park, where we're going right now, has never had a death. Not even in their water park.
Nice.
Which is neat, I would say. It helps they don't have a wave pool, because we were reading, and most of the water park deaths around the country are wave pool deaths. Like kids that get like sucked under the waves, or like sucked into the wave mechanic. Yeah, it's fucked.
Damn.
But like, I don't think Hershey Park has a wave pool, and that's probably why they have had no deaths. Apparently wave pools are just real bad for amusement park safety.
Yeah.
But yeah, Knoebels hadn't had any deaths outside their you know, water park area. I was blanking for a second, which again, I think's awesome. Like, for one of the parks, and I think it goes to show how nice of an area it is, like how safe of an area that amusement park is held at. That they've had, you know, nothing bad happen with like security or anything, because they almost have no security at that park. They have a little bit, but like, it's hard to be very safe when you're not doing bag checks and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That honestly, that's just wild to me. The thought of like an amusement park being like, all right, we trust you.
Yeah, that's crazy. Though the one cool thing about Knoebels is they allow you to take on-ride footage, which where we're going right now, Hershey Park, does not allow. So the original plan for this riding the same roller coaster 20 times video was to wear the GoPro on my chest and just like make a compilation of the 20 rides. But, and this is like kind of a recent change, recent in the last couple of years, I mean, Hershey Park no longer allows you to take on-ride footage with GoPros. So, what we're probably going to have to do is take a lot of off-ride footage, some shots in between, and then my plan is for each of the like 20 plus rides we do, I'm going to have my phone in my pocket, take my phone out, and like record on the lift hill where it's not like worrisome for me to drop it or like have to hold on really tight. Record on the lift hill, record like the first drop or so, and then stop recording, so we have at least a little bit of on-ride footage. Hopefully they don't catch us, because they'll probably get mad, but I'm not going to record like the whole ride.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
It sucks, because like I said, it was a recent change. I remember a couple years back, you were allowed to record on the ride, and I would see people with GoPros recording on the ride, but not anymore apparently. So it kind of, it killed the original plan for the video, which was to be a compilation of just 20 rides on the same roller coaster. But it could still be a fun video, because like the original plan didn't have us in the video, like didn't have our faces in it. And now we can record like some vlog style shots for that video. But I don't know, we'll see, we'll make it work. I'm excited either way.
Elizabethtown / Hershey.
I'm excited either way, because it'll be my first time truly marathoning a coaster, which is, the term marathoning a coaster is riding the same coaster over and over and over again. I've only done it technically once, and I rode Hydra at Dorney Park 4 times in a row, but we went to other rides later in the day, and, you know, I don't really count it because there's only 4 rides in a row, and only 4 rides on that roller coaster the entire day. So, I don't know. I don't fully count that.
Drinking some water.
Drinking some water. I should probably drink some water as well. I haven't really drank anything except for that meal replacement shake today, which is probably not good. Some water to neutralize my stomach might be helpful.
Some hydration, you know, quick little fast little sip.
I've never thrown up because of a roller coaster, but I also don't really give myself the opportunity to. I never, like, fill myself up on junk food or anything. But I'm excited. How much time we have left?
Huh?
How much time's left?
17 minutes
17 minutes, maybe.
before we get to general parking.
This podcast might be shorter then. And, you know, it's a 50-minute drive, but we didn't start recording until about 7 minutes away from our apartment. Again, just to give us some privacy. We did it with all the Patreon car podcasts where we don't start recording until we're about 7 minutes away. I feel like that's a good bubble. Like 7 minutes is a couple miles.
Yeah.
And we're always going a different direction. So like it's a couple mile bubble. Like, I don't care if people know the general like town or county I live in, because I feel like it's kind of obvious at this point.
If you have watched any stream.
Yeah, like if you watch my streams, I sometimes talk about it.
And like I was talking more about like if you really want to go detective mode, half the time you're wearing.
Oh yeah, like hats that kind of give away like where I've been to.
Yep.
So, yeah, like I'm wearing a Phillies hat right now. You can pinpoint it on like the eastern half of Pennsylvania because I'm not a Pirates fan. Honestly, I feel like most of Pennsylvania's Phillies fans because the Pirates are so bad. People have kind of given up on them.
Was that a fucking swamp?
I don't even hate the Pirates. I just feel bad for them.
I root for them out of pity.
But yeah. But I don't want people knowing our exact address, obviously. Like, you know, it's just like, it's not smart. There are some YouTubers and Twitch streamers lately who have been purposefully giving out their address, similar to like what Jake Paul did, for content.
Yeah.
So like fans will show up to their house and do something crazy, and that's content for the day. Like they can record it, upload it, and get some more AdSense, get that money on YouTube. But like that just seems so dumb to me. Like there's this one Twitch streamer who, I don't know if his address got leaked or if he like let it get leaked, like he purposely let it get leaked. But like he's had people now come up to his house and like steal shit out of his yard. And I'm like, cool, you got some content for the day, but like I don't want people stealing my shit. Like, I feel like it's not healthy to encourage and facilitate that.
Yeah.
Because it's only going to get worse. So.
Yep. And I mean, like, there are highly possessive fans out there of shit. Oh my god, can we talk about this shit?
What's up?
So you know The Last of Us 2?
Yeah.
How it was like a really long wait and people kind of thought it was mediocre?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the voice actress for Ellie. I'm not sure. Her name's Laura Bailey.
Yeah, I know.
She's getting fucking death threats. And like people are threatening to kill her kid.
Smart.
Like what the fuck is wrong with people?
I don't know.
That like, oh, the game was mediocre, so instead of like being mad at the director or the creative team, or we're gonna be mad at the voice actor that was only paid to voice act.
Yeah, I had no say in the actual game itself. I don't get that shit. I think like social media has made people extremely toxic.
Yeah.
Like this is an obvious statement. It's almost like cliche at this point to say it, but like people, because they can hide behind a screen, it becomes so vitriolic.
Yeah.
And we're back, boys. battery number 1 has died. Well, that's why we bring backups, baby. That's why we bought backups.
Yeah.
In the first place.
Honestly.
Kind of disappointing because like when I plug in a new like charged battery to the GoPro, it's like, oh, you have an hour and like 3 minutes of recording time. It never lasts past 40 or like 50 minutes.
It's whatever.
But that's why we have 3 batteries for this thing. I forget what we were talking about, but I was just saying how like people are so vitriolic now online and they don't understand privacy.
Yeah.
Or like the positive effects of not talking about everything and not making everything public. Like not every like you're
well, like I only saw The Last Jedi or not The Last Jedi, like Rise of Skywalker recently. But like all this shit talking online made it bad for me to like made me not care enough to actively seek it.
Yeah.
To the point where when I finally watched it, I watched it to make fun of it. Because I'd like already seen videos that were like, this is everything wrong with this movie.
Well, I was just talking about like people like doxing other people, or like sending death threats, and you know, showing up to people's addresses. Like that's not okay. But it's almost like social media culture. I'm not gonna say encourages it, but allows those kind of things to happen. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's the reason why I've considered several times deleting my social media, but I can't really do that because I'm trying to make content creation a job. Like my dream job is to do YouTube and Twitch. That's my dream job. But like in order to try to make that a reality, I have to be really big on Twitter and Instagram and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Because
those social media platforms will help grow my main social media platforms, or my main content creation platforms of YouTube and Twitch. So it's kind of a bummer. Don't get me wrong, I love Twitter, but like it sucks because Twitter has a ton of fun memes. I love logging on Twitter just to like get a laugh, and then I'll be scrolling trying to find a funny meme, and I'll just see someone like cussing another person out. It's like that's not that's not what we do in real life. Why are you doing that on social media?
Yeah,
and don't get me wrong, like I was definitely a very toxic person on social media when I was younger, in like high school and less mature. But I've definitely gone away from that now because I realize how just fucked up it is.
Well, part of the reason I originally deleted the Facebook app from my phone, but not my Facebook account because I didn't care enough to do that. And I re-downloaded the Facebook app only so I could watch The Real Bros of Simi Valley. But every time I go to church with my parents, my mom checks us all in at church. Like she does the little like checking in thing at church, and I'm like, why? You could just see people at church and talk to them and interact with them to prove you were here.
Yeah, that's I don't like that. The check-in feature of Facebook's probably my least favorite.
Or like
it's why I don't really use Facebook anymore. I joined it so I could use Facebook Messenger. I actively would like log on Facebook and scroll for maybe the first month I had it, and never again. Never again.
Another thing, like I understand like social medias and like using them to like connect with friends and tell them how you're doing. That's what Facebook is for.
Yeah.
But like lately 90% of Facebook for me has just come off as like people vying for attention as hard as they can.
Yeah. Well, that's why like I felt so disgusting at myself recently when I posted something to Instagram that I thought was really like, it was a good picture.
Yeah.
And I then posted about it on Twitter, like, oh, check out my Instagram post. I'm like, I feel weird doing that. I don't like myself. Like,
yeah. I
don't want to have to shout out my Instagram on my Twitter. Like, it feels so needy and like attention getting. I don't know. And like I said, it's the catch-22 of like me trying to make a living off content creation while also hating most social media platforms. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate Twitch and I don't hate YouTube, the two I'm trying to make a living on. But like if I was trying to make a living on Twitter, which I don't even know how you would do that, but if I was trying to make a living on Twitter or Instagram, I'd probably hate myself.
Yeah.
I would probably hate myself just because people are so nasty on there.
I feel like the only way to make a living off of Instagram without hating yourself is to like be absolutely the best of your type of photographer.
Yeah, that's
there's
fair.
no.
And I'm just not a photographer.
No. Like the only way to not be self-centered and make it on Instagram is to be a really good photographer.
Yeah. Is it bad that I'm starting to get the butterflies in my stomach? It happens every time.
I mean, this drive has been a roller coaster.
It happened. No, I'm talking about the fact that we're about to be on a roller coaster. It happens every time. Okay, straight up, I love roller coasters. I'm a roller coaster enthusiast.
I swear, if there's a stop sign every 5 feet like that.
In one of our last podcasts, I was talking about how excited I am to finally get to try B&M clamshell restraints, which is what their new roller coaster uses.
I don't even know what that means.
I know. I love roller coasters and everything about them, but every time I go to an amusement park, I have butterflies in my stomach until I'm done my first ride. Like even going up the first.
And then your legs are shaky.
No, I'm fine.
Until your second ride.
I'm fine.
And then after that, your arms don't work until your third ride. And then after that, your neck feels weird until your fourth ride.
No, I'm very excited to go. And
then between the fourth and fifth ride, you're blind.
Oh shit. No, I'm excited, but I definitely have the butterflies in my stomach, and I'll have the butterflies in my stomach until we are done our first ride of the day, and then I'll be good.
Is that
That's Skyrush. Oh god, we see. it just like spiked the butterflies. Now that I can see a roller coaster right in front of me, I kind of want to turn the.
I didn't realize there was
GoPro
residential shit so close to Hershey.
Yeah, there's residential shit real close.
Damn.
We're gonna turn the GoPro around for the last little bit of this.
Yo, we should move out here next.
I don't want to move out here. This is like a city. I don't like living in the city. I don't even know if you can see the roller coaster. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. It's just very zoomed out because it's fisheye lens for. It's a fisheye lens for the lens. I can't say lens right now.
Make a rap video with a couple friends.
Fisheye lens for the podcast, baby. Yeah, we about to go on that. That's a 200 foot, baby. With the steep ass drop. Oh, Skyrush always terrifies me.
Have I been on a Skyrush at all? I think I have.
It's like the most intense roller coaster, one of the most intense roller coasters in America.
Well, I'm a little bitch.
A lot of people find it too intense. I don't agree with that, but it's definitely something, baby. It's the reason this coaster psychs me out is because it's like such a fast lift hill. Like other coasters, the lift hill's very slow. It's like you get a little bit of time to like calm down, but this roller coaster, I don't think they're gonna throw a ride up yet. I thought the park was open early for season pass holders, but by now I feel like they should have had a ride going. So maybe it's not open yet. I mean,
it is only, I can't read.
Well, it's not open for regular people yet, but
no, yeah, but it's only like that.
It should have been open early for season pass holders.
I mean, season pass holders are probably trying to get to the new coaster first.
That's fair. Regardless, I just like I said, I think it's so funny that that coaster. Oh, and there's the new coaster. You kind of saw it for a little bit.
It?
That's the new coaster, yeah. A B&M Hyper, baby.
What does that even mean?
It's made by B&M and it's a hyper coaster, meaning it's over 200 feet and not over 300 feet. See, I told you I'm a loser. But let me flip this baby back around.
So you can see the face of just disappointment.
Skyrush, the yellow coaster we just saw, unlike most coasters that take you up slow, Skyrush takes you up so fast. Like it launches you up there, and I'm like, I don't like it.
See, I feel like because I'm kind of the opposite of that, where like I get all my anxiety.
That's the teardrop turnaround I've been bragging about. That's what I'm most excited for, is the teardrop turnaround on that coaster. You get your anxiety from what, sorry?
I get my anxiety mostly from like the anticipation while on the ride. So like from the second I sit down till the first drop, I'm basically building anxiety.
Like I said, I love all these coasters. I just get like, I definitely get the butterflies until we're there. Until we're there experiencing it. Anyways, we're probably ending the podcast now that we're pulling into the parking lot. So, we hope you all enjoyed. Sorry it was short, and sorry that the battery died halfway through. Well, it was a couple minutes ago, but you get the point. Yeah, I don't know. I hope you all have a lovely day. Thank you all for watching. And, you know, if you want to support us, our social medias are down below, and our Patreon link is in the description as well. It's $2 a month, and you get bonus episodes every week, as well as a lot of bonus content added on to
Fucking
that.
exit navigation.
Like, you only get, 4 or 5 podcasts weekly, but you get a ton of bonus content on the Patreon. Anyways, we gotta go. Peace.